What's up, guys? It is Brandon from the 2Bs Mandem. I am a little bit ill, but we still record the video. The show must go on. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe as well. Now, Kepa, for your thoughts. Now, for those that don't know, well, most people do know, Arsenal lost 2-0 against Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final, and 2 goals from Nico O'Reilly, ladies and gentlemen. I think he's a 19 or 20-year-old, basically. A player that we actually wanted, but he went to Man City instead. Man City basically got him. But it shows you why Man City got him. 2 goals from Nico O'Reilly, ladies and gentlemen. Arsenal are out of the Carabao Cup. They've lost the Carabao Cup to City, and City are the 2026 Carabao Cup winners. Now, there's obviously a certain goalkeeper that we have to speak about. Now, speaking of goalkeepers, right, my goalkeepers are absolute howlers. Chelsea goalkeepers, in terms of Jorgensen and Kepa, Jorgensen and Robert Sanchez, we know they're howlers. In my past few videos, I've been talking about the mistakes that they've actually been making. But this time, it's not about my keepers today. It's not about my keepers today, right? It's about our ex-goalkeeper, bruv, yeah? And that is Kepa Arrizabalaga, ladies and gentlemen. Kepa Arrizabalaga. Now, Arsenal fans all over the world, well, most Arsenal fans were saying, when we basically sold Kepa Arrizabalaga to Arsenal Football Club, we sold him for a fee of 5 million. And Arsenal fans were basically saying that this is a good deal as a backup goalkeeper because he's only worth 5 million. Now, I remember us during the time Kepa was the most expensive goalkeeper at one point. We paid 78 million for him at one point. And we sold him to Arsenal because basically he was absolutely rubbish. So basically, he was making more mistakes and more distribution errors. I'd say maybe more than Sanchez. I think maybe more than Sanchez, to be honest with you. Yeah, I genuinely think Robert Sanchez is a better goalkeeper than Kepa Arrizabalaga. He was making a lot of errors, basically, and we couldn't have that. The amount of errors he was making was just ridiculous, considering the fee that we signed him for and what we were expecting. We were expecting him to be the next Petr Cech, the next Courtois, the next keeper that's going to elevate us into winning a Premier League title, and of course it just didn't go that way. So what do we do when a player is out of their reach, or when a player's not playing well, or they've lost their legs, or the football has left them? We sell our scraps to Arsenal Football Club. We sell our scraps to Arsenal Football Club. And this is a message to the Arsenal fans. Remember when in the semi-final of the Carabao Cup you were celebrating Kai Havertz scoring that last goal, $60 million drain. Kai Havertz scores, and again, that got you through the final. Well, guess what? An ex-Chelsea player got you through the final, and an ex-Chelsea player got you out of the final, blood, yeah? An ex-Chelsea player made you lose that Carabao Cup. And obviously, not all of it was on him, but basically, for that first goal to go in for Manchester City, it was a massive fumble. A massive fumble. I think it was a cross that was crossed in from Cherky. It was an easy catch for Kepa to get, to be honest with you. He should have caught it. He didn't catch it. He fumbled it, and it fell to Nico O'Reilly and made it 1-0. Made it 1-0. And even before the second semi-final of the Carabao Cup, where we played them at the Emirates, even in the first leg, there was two goals that shouldn't have even counted. There was 2 goals that he should have basically claimed and should have saved, and he didn't save them, and that's what kind of kept us in the tie, realistically. And this is what Mikel Arteta has basically said about this goalkeeper. Let's hear what he said. From Fabrizio Romano, he said, Arteta on Kepa starting instead of Raya. I would do that again. No regrets. I have to do what I think is right, honest, and fair. It would have been very, very unfair on him and on the team to do something different. Now, I understand where he's coming from with that. And it makes sense, because you've kept Kepa throughout the Carabao Cup. You've kept him throughout the whole tournament. So, he might as well play through the whole final. And there was probably an agreement that he's going to play through the Carabao Cup games, he's going to be the keeper for the FA Cup games, and that he may appear in some Premier League or maybe some Champions League games. Maybe there was some form of agreement on his contract for him to actually go and make the deal. Because if that wasn't the case, he probably wouldn't have signed to Arsenal, because then he'll be thinking, well, where's my game time? And you can't have David Raya playing every single game, because he will get injured at one point. Now, personally for me, if it's a final, if I was Mikel Arteta and I haven't won a trophy in 6 years, and I want to clinch that trophy, that first domestic trophy that then gives the team the belief and then the courage and then the momentum to go on and win a Premier League title. For me, I would have started David Raya, and he's got a lot of stick for that, and rightly so. Rightly so, because you're in a final. You haven't won a trophy in 6 years, right? 6 years you haven't won a trophy, right? I thought they would take this seriously. When I seen they had no Eze and Martin Odegaard, I was thinking, damn. But it was just crazy how they started Kepa for that. It was crazy. For me, I would have started David Raya if I was the Arsenal manager. But I wasn't. And hold that, ladies and gentlemen. Hold that, Arsenal. Hold that, bro. Yeah? Because Kepa Arrizabalaga was a liability, bro. Yeah? He was a liability, yeah? He wasn't good at our team. He was not brilliant. He was making loads of mistakes. I still remember when we played against Liverpool and he made that dumb, stupid pass that Sadio Mane intercepted and they scored from that. I still remember that. And then when you, bought him and you said, he's a good signing. Oh, 5 million. 5 million for a backup goalkeeper. That's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad. But now look what happened now, bro. Look what happened now. Another trophy bites the dust. You could have been the first team to win a quadruple. And what happened? What happened? You could have won a quadruple. And what happened? Bozo moments from your goalkeeper. Bozo moments from Kepa. And to be honest with you, right? There's a theory that he may or should have been sent off. For me, I don't think he should have been sent off. It's basically when he misjudged the ball. He misjudged the ball. The flight of the ball. He misjudged it. Misjudged the bounce. And Doku was through on goal. And basically, he was lucky that Doku was basically strong enough. But he was holding back Doku a lot. And the thing is, the referee called a foul when he was getting held back. But Doku was in a bare position because all the Arsenal players weren't fully back in their box to defend it. And Haaland was there on the edge of the box. For me, if you're stopping play there, that's a denial of a goal scoring opportunity, in my opinion. That is a denial of a goal scoring opportunity. And he caught life with that. He got lucky with that. He did. As we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, Kepa didn't have a great game. And you know what? There's a reason why he's 5 million and there's a reason why he's a backup goalkeeper, yeah? A goal that led to an error. He got a 5.1. Goals prevented minus 0.31. He played the full 90. Penalties he's decent at, but that's about it, really. Other than that, not much more. Had 38 touches in the game. That's it, man. That's really it. Kepa didn't have a brilliant game whatsoever. There's a reason why he doesn't get played that much, and there's a reason why Chelsea essentially sold him. For me, Arsenal should have 2 world-class goalkeepers, in my opinion. And I remember they had a second-back goalkeeper that was Emi Martinez. That was fairly decent. But Kepa, man, Kepa's basically cost them a trophy. And it's as simple as that. Kepa's cost them a trophy. Now, what my issue is that we have got 2 dog crap goalkeepers, and only one of them is probably better than Kepa. That's about it. And would our keepers make that mistake in that situation? They probably would. I'll call it for what it is. They probably would, fam. They probably would. And I know what half of you Arsenal fans are thinking. Oh, you got beat 8-2 by PSG. Oh, you lost 3-0 against Everton. Mate, in a cup final, you want to put your best team out. You want to put your best players out, right? It's exactly what we did. I remember when we won the cup final, I think it was back in 2018 or something like that, when we won it, yeah? You want to put your best team out there. Was it 2018? I think it must have been maybe 2014, 2015, something like that. You want to put your best team out there. You don't want to put your backup goalkeeper out there. You want to put your best team out there. You want to secure that trophy, because when you secure a domestic trophy, it gives you encouragement to go on and win a title. If you're top of the league and you've got a final, right, that domestic trophy, right, you win that cup, it gives you momentum and more belief to then be like, okay, let's win a double. Then you've won a double, the third trophy, like, let's go for a treble. Then you win a treble, then you got 1 competition left, all right, let's do what no other team's done and win it. Let's make history and win the quadruple. Because Arsenal could, to be honest with you, should win the quadruple. People are going to say, I sound mad. People are going to say, well, there's no way you could win the quadruple. They have the squad in depth. They have the quality and squad in depth to win a quad. They've got the team to do it. They just didn't turn up, which was shocking. They just didn't turn up. They were absolutely shocking. And they deserve criticism. They deserve it. I'm not even saying that because I dislike Arsenal. Obviously, I do dislike Arsenal, but I'm not just saying that for the sake of it. I'm just being real with you. They played well for that game. Just like how we played terrible against PSG, we deserve criticism. Just how we played terrible against Newcastle and Everton, the manager, the players, and the owners deserve hella criticism. That's just the truth. That's how it is, and that's the truth. Them signing Kepa, bro, it's cost them. They should have put David Raya in goal. Did he get away with a yellow card? I think he did, man. If the referee's going to stop it there, he's got to give more than a yellow, in my opinion. In honesty, he probably should have just continued it, and if it went out of play, then book him after, really. But that's about it. It's just one of those ones. But yeah, another trophy bites the dust for Arsenal. Well, I think they'll win the Premier League. Unfortunately, I do think they'll win it. Not because they'll be playing brilliant football and spanking other teams. It's just that I believe the teams below them, basically us, Liverpool, Villa, United and City, will drop points. That's it. It's just inconsistency from us that will help them win the league. It's just as simple as that. So, it's just one of those ones. I think the only player that played well in that game was Saliba. That's about it. Congratulations to Manchester City for winning that trophy. Big them up. Do you know what it is? Considering that is a weaker Manchester City team that they played in 2018 when they didn't have David Silva or Kevin De Bruyne. These men literally had Rodri, who's not even in form. They had Cherky, a kind of washed Bernardo Silva. You know, they had Doku, that Semenyo. Haaland wasn't even on form that game, but he basically tried. And Nico O'Reilly, left back. Imagine they played James Trafford for that as well. James Trafford didn't really have to do much. I know Man City played James Trafford for that game, but you turn up in it and Kepa just didn't. It's just one of those ones. It is what it is. But yeah, it's now the international break. I will be making another video soon, depending on what it's going to be. Make sure you leave a like, comment, and follow. Hit the subscribe button as well. We're gonna hit at least probably, I don't know, 4 or 5K by the end of the year. So I really want to hit that goal. Cheers for all the support and everything like that. Make sure you like the video as well. I'll see you, man, in a bit. And peace.